It is a universal truth that everybody hates Bulgarian split squats, timed rest periods, and pushing themselves until they puke. The option of simply skipping that accessory or fudging numbers to make it look like you actually did the work is always on the table. Skipping it once won't hurt, right? That's where you're wrong. Justifying an easier route to take gets easier to do the more often you do it. How often do you wake up to your first alarm in the morning? But every time you do it, you're adding another nail to the coffin of your goals. The platform never lies. You see, your coach adds things to your program based on what they see of your performance. They're not going to add something on there as busy work. Busy work doesn't exist in powerlifting because everything that appears on a program works towards your goals. Your coach spends lots of time figuring out, what does this lifter need to progress? What is their strengths? What is their weaknesses? What does their squat look like? Do they squat high? Let's add pause squats. Does their deadlift suck? Is their speed off the floor bad? Is their positioning bad? Let's add pause deadlifts, pulse deadlifts, banded deadlifts, front banded deadlifts. A conglomeration of information is inside your coach's head, and they're gonna work as hard as they can to make sure that your program is as efficient as possible. Don't worry about what's optimal, what's not optimal. Your coach is already bird feeding you the perfect program for you to progress as well as you can. And the thing is if you hate something, it's probably the most important thing that you should be doing. If you suck at Bulgarian split squats, you have weak glutes, you have weak quads. Doing those will rapidly strengthen your weaknesses. If you suck at your speed off the floor on deadlifts, you're gonna do a lot of work to increase the speed off the floor. You're gonna do positioning work. If you suck at squatting because you squat high and you get red lights constantly when you go to competition to compete, you're going to need to do more pause squats to build the muscle memory necessary to have a successful squat. If you hate bench, if your bench sucks, you're gonna have to do more pulse presses. You're gonna have to do pin presses. If the speed off your chest on bench is not adequate, if it's not good enough, if you are out of position, you need to be working on that. The accessories that your coach programs will address those weaknesses. Chances are, if you don't like something, it is a weakness of yours. I personally hate timed rest periods because my cardio sucks. And I've accepted that my cardio sucks, and my coach doubles down. 60-second rest periods, 30-second rest periods, 2-minute rest periods on compound movements. I am blitzing my way through training based on rest periods alone because that's what I need to work on. I am winded by the end of the meet. So my coach implements more and more cardio, more things to help me be better and more well put together when it comes to time to step on a platform and hit some fucking PRs. So you keep skipping your accessories. Yeah, they're boring. They're not that exciting. They're not compound movements. Doing dumbbell bench press isn't as flashy as repping out 225 on the bench. Doing banded squats is gay as fuck compared to actually banging out some real weight on the leg press or actually squatting. Like, the more often that you skip your accessories, the less work that you've done, the less progress that you're gonna make. And you constantly chipping away at your potential, your progress, you're not gonna get time back. So if you're going to go through the act of actually training, the act of committing to a meet, you might as well put in the work because you can never go back in time to redo your accessories. If you skip your accessories, you skip out on increasing your base level strength. You miss out on hitting your next PR. Yeah, you skipped Bulgarian split squats once. Well, maybe you missed it twice, maybe 3 times, 4 times. Maybe you're basically just rewriting your whole program because, I don't like the way that coach programs these accessories. So let me just go back with my own Etch-a-Sketch and figure out what I know better what I need than my coach knows, right? Probably not. The more you skip your accessories, the more adds up. You skip Bulgarians 5 times, you take in 5 pounds off of your potential. You miss your next PR by 5 pounds. Well, it's not that you didn't have the meat that you wanted. It's not that the judging was too hard. It's not that you were tired. Your boyfriend broke up with you. It was humid. It was hot. The conditions were not good. The chalk was weird. This, that, my meals weren't right. I wasn't hydrated. Like, all those bullshit excuses add up. It's none of them. What really happened that made you not have the meat that you wanted is that you didn't train like you actually wanted the meat that you wanted. You don't get the meat that you want, you get the meat that you deserve. And if you're not putting in the work in, day out, actually doing whatever your coach tells you to do, you're shooting yourself in the foot. The first rule of coaching is to never coach your significant other and never coach yourself. So why are you justifying stepping on your coach's toes by rewriting your program? Just because you don't exactly like something? Well, button up, Buttercup, because that's the mindset that has caused you to be weak. It's the mindset that will continue to keep you weak. They say, leave your ego at the door. That includes your own delusion that you know more than your coach does. You know what's better for you than what your coach does because you're more of an expert on what you want, what you need, than your coach who has put time and hours into your program, looking at your videos, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. Your coach is spending lots of time trying to build you into what can someday be a respectable lifter. Stop being weak, do the hard work, and maybe, just maybe, you'll start to be strong.